Hey Steamians, I'm out with the chickens again. It's a lovely Friday afternoon. Joys of finishing work early on a Friday. Although coming home was delayed a bit today, the trains were messed up. Unfortunately there was a fatality at the station where I get on. I'm assuming it was a suicide, but I don't know the details. But sad that these things happen. I mean, it's been a bit of a week. I mean, there's terrible shooting in America again, which I struggle to comprehend. I'm not going to get into the things of gun law, but the fact that people even consider going out and shooting people shows as a cultural problem. It's not just there are guns because other countries have them, it's what people do with them and their attitude to them. And I feel for those affected, and time for politicians to do more than pray, because that's not going to solve the problem. Anyway, I thought it was about time I did another video. Steam, it's doing good. Steam's doing good. Steam up around $4.50, fairly stable this week, climbing a little. Bitcoin's back up to about 10,000, but I think this slow climbing is better generally. It's those sudden leaps that stir things up too much and make people uncertain. But I posted a few days back about a thing called Ucash that went up like 1800% in a day and has now dropped out of the top 60. I think it was up in the top 20 almost at one point, and somebody took their money and ran with that. Maybe it's a good project, but it looked like a pump and dump as far as I can see. Not that I'm an expert in these things, because I don't invest. I'm just playing with some of these things. Like I used to play with faucets that make sense, and still got some capacity in EOBot. I just hit 100 referrals, and that makes me all of 1 cent per day. So it's passive income, so I'll take what I can get. I'm not actively pushing that, and I wouldn't necessarily get into it at the moment because the returns are minuscule. I mean, you can play the faucet on that and make a little bit, but you won't make enough to withdraw, unfortunately. Unless you can recruit 1 million people or something. Yes, but Steam is going good. There's a thriving community of runners now. The Running Project account is rewarding people. They've got their own they're running their own voting bot, which I have delegated to, and I know that I've spoken out about voting bots, but my issue with those is the people who exploit them. Okay, if a minnow wants to get their post a little bit further up the trending page of a particular tag, fair enough, but when people are buying 50 Steam dollar votes, I mean that's like 200 plus US dollars. Just watching chickens. That's taking the piss a bit, to be honest. I mean, you're going to make a profit on that, and that is just taking money from the system, which at this point I think it's just negatively affecting the system when people see that happening, because they're going to think, oh, I've got no chance of doing anything. But people are people, they'll do what they want, and as I always said, there's no rules on Steemit, and you can do what you like. I mean, there's someone like everyone's favourite Bernie Sanders has flagged people and got himself flagged to nothing, but I think he does some good things. He also takes stuff out of the system in his own way, but nothing to stop him. I've no idea who it is, or if anyone knows who it is, but maybe I'll just stay fairly anonymous. It's not, depends on what they do with their earnings. It's all visible on the Steam blockchain, and people do some interesting investigations on who's funding who. There's some movement on the Steam developers, so I need to have a look. They released some sort of test system that people can play with to try out some new stuff, so maybe need to have a look at that. It's just having the time, really. These days, I mean, I used to do several posts a day, but now it's 1 or maybe 2 generally, 3 maybe on a weekend when I've got the time. But doing a post and responding to the comments takes a while, but I'm getting good comments on my posts, and that's valuable to me. The spammy ones I'm ignoring generally. If they're not showing any sign that they read the post, then they get nothing, and if I see that they do it all the time, then they may get flagged just to get them off to the bottom of the page. But if you've got any questions to me about things, I'm happy to try and answer, but I'm not the ultimate expert, and please don't leave me a comment saying, "This is a brilliant, wonderful, fantastic post," because I know it's not sincere. I'm not that good. I'm just doing this for fun whilst I watch my chickens. Anyway, I'm going to try and post this on DTube today. I've had issues with that before, but I hope this will work this time. And see you around. Oh, one more thing. Lloyd Davis is trying to organise a Steam camp in a couple of months in Birmingham, UK that is. And I will get there if I can. Cheers.